Joining us on SaberCats Weekly, the Hall of Famer, the head coach and owner of the San Jose SaberCats, Darren Arbet. Coach, what's that like? This week's pretty big for you. You're going to be announced in the Arena Football League Hall of Fame.
You know, it's a great honor, but I have to put a lot of people's name on there with me because it took a lot of us, ownership, players, coaches. I'm honored to be inducted.
Now, you've been around this game a long, long time. Did you ever think something like this would happen?
No, not at all. You know, you just work hard and you have people around you and they work hard for you and it all comes together and you win a lot of football games and it's just, all of this is great.
Well, you've won a lot of football games. Now, what's this going to be like Thursday when you go back there? And I know the Fries are going with you. What's this whole experience going to be like?
Gosh, I have no clue. I'm excited about it. I got to get up there and talk. Hopefully I don't get emotional. John Fry and the Fry family, Kathy Kohler, they've been great to me. And I got to thank them and all the countless coaches and players that's been here in the SaberCat organization.
And you're going to get a blazer? They're going to have a Hall of Fame blazer for you?
Yeah, you know, I'll finally get a blazer, and I'm going to be proud to wear it.
Well, Coach, you know, going into last season, it was just about having the SaberCats back. That was the big deal. But it was a rough year, especially with the health. You had so many guys hurt. I think you really have to be looking forward to this season, knowing that, you know, you're going to have a healthy team. What's it like for you right now going into this season? What are your expectations?
You know, we're excited about the season. We feel we added some great football players. We've had a great camp. The guys have really worked hard. And now it's just a matter of this team gelling.
And you're bringing Mark Grieb back. Look at that. Mark Grieb, Ben Nelson, having a lot of guys back. How does that make you feel having those guys? Because they've won so many big games for you.
Gosh, I mean, Mark Grieb, in my mind, he's going to be going to that Hall of Fame. He's won a lot of games here, a lot of championships. In my mind, he's the best quarterback to ever play in the game.
And then Ben Nelson, some of the guys, your offense was still pretty good despite all the injuries and all the different receivers that you had last year. You had a very good offense, and I think you got to expect the same this year with Grieb and company.
You know, I call Ben the new Ben Nelson. He's healthy now. He wasn't healthy last year. He was coming off surgery. This season has been great to him, and he's ready to play.
Have you done anything in the offseason to try and make sure that your guys, I mean, there's only so much you can do, I know that, but did you take any precautions or anything to try and make sure that this team will be healthy for this season?
You know, it's interesting, Chris. It's a veteran group. I didn't have to practice them as much. I cut out a lot of the periods. Practices were shorter, and they've done a good job so far.
And this year, you're going to be on the field as an offensive coordinator. We're going to see Coach Arbet roaming the field. You excited about that? I'm
going to be out there, and Mark's calling the plays. I'm just out there and telling him to go for it, or we want a timeout, and those sort of things.
You're putting a lot of responsibility on this quarterback. A lot of responsibility.
I mean, Mark knows the game. He knows it better than most of the people in the building. Spends a lot of time working at it, and the players really respect him.
Yeah, well, he is definitely special. It's like an old school, like Johnny Unitas, throwback, calling his own plays.
Yes, it is.
So, expectations, is it what it's always been for you about winning the Arena title, the Arena Bowl?
Championship or nothing, Chris. You know, you have to get to that game. That's what I told the players day one. We talked about getting to that game, that last game of the season. And then once you get there, I mean, heck, everybody wants to win it.
Well, coming up next, we're going to talk about, we'll talk about the first home game of the season. I know SaberCats fans are just ecstatic. Arizona is coming to town. We'll talk about that and also speak with wide receiver Ben Nelson next, right here on SaberCats Weekly.
Xfinity presents High School Sports.
The Xfinity Game of the Week takes us to San Jose, California, where the Mount Hamilton League title is on the line as the 9-0 Oak Grove Eagles host the 6-3 Leland Chargers. Hello again, everybody. I'm Joe Castellano, along with the coach Darren Arbet. And when you look at Leland, they can win in the A-League as a championship for the first time in school history. This would really give them a much better opportunity at doing that. Where Oak Grove, they're just a powerhouse under Jay Braun, 18-1 the last 2 years in the regular season.
He's done a good job since he's taken over this football team. He believes in discipline, and the thing he has going now, they got a lot of team chemistry going.
You know, when you look at Leland and Oak Grove, you see double vision, really, because when you have Kenny Portera at running back for Leland, you can either throw him the ball or run. Either way, it's going to be successful, and Oak Grove has two backs that can do that as well. Let's start with Portera.
I really like Portera for the Leland Chargers. Mike Carrazzo raves about this kid. He's 5'10", 183 pounds. He's rushed for 937 yards and 11 touchdowns. He also can catch it now out of the backfield, 38 catches, 5 TDs.
Well, with Oak Grove, they have 2 running backs that are over 1,000 yards rushing, and Nick Bernardo and Chidobe Awuzie. Awuzie, another guy like Portera on Leland, he can catch the ball as well.
Coach Braun loves Awuzie. He has over 1,000 yards. He has 60 tackles on defense. He has 12 touchdowns rushing, 7 touchdowns receiving. Hey, and he also has 3 interceptions, so he does it all for his football team. But there's another guy, Nick Bernardo. I love him too. 1,400 yards, also almost 100 yards receiving. Those two together, they're tough to stop.
Stay with us, because coming up the kickoff and the Mount Hamilton League title on the line as Leland takes on Oak Grove on the Xfinity Game of the Week.
Xfinity presents High School Sports.
It's homecoming tonight in Danville as 2 of the top teams in the East Bay collide as the San Ramon Valley Wolves welcome the California Grizzlies in the Xfinity Game of the Week. Good evening, everyone. Joined alongside by San Jose SaberCats head coach Darren Arbet. I'm Alex Margulies. Darren, let's start first by talking about this California team. It's a club that started 5-0 out of the chutes, lost their first game last week, but under Eric Bellecci, they've developed one of the strongest running games in Northern California, and they're led by senior tailback Karis Johnson. He's been a real bruiser.
I really like Karis Johnson, number 32. 200-pounder, 674 yards coming into this game, 12 touchdowns. He also can catch it coming out of the backfield. That's another thing I like from a coaching standpoint. 6 catches, 93 yards, and 2 touchdowns there.
On the flip side, we've got San Ramon Valley, a club that's 3-3 under head coach Mark Kessler. They're 3-0, though, in league play, and this is a good club. Last year, they made it all the way to the Division I championship in the North Coast section. They lost quarterback Zach Klein to Cal, but in steps in Cameron Burst, and he's a real threat at quarterback.
He really is. They had a tough preseason schedule, though. Buhok Colony, Folsom, and also Logan. So those are 3 tough teams, but love Burst. He can make it happen. He's 6'3", 195 pounds. He can stand in the pocket and throw the football. Over 1,300 yards passing coming into this game and 12 touchdowns. He's going to have to do a lot tonight if his team's going to win this football game.
We should have a real good one tonight in Danville. Glad to have you aboard. It's California and San Ramon Valley. Kickoff is coming up next here on the best in high school sports. That's Xfinity On Demand. All right, back inside San Ramon Valley High School on a brisk night here in Danville, California. Alex Margulies alongside Darren Arbet. And Darren, we should have a real good contest here tonight. 2 clubs that are at the top of the standings in the East Bay Athletic League, and really this game could go a long way to decide who wins this league.
Yeah, you're right. I like this game. San Ramon Valley is 3-3, but like I said in our open, they lost to 3 really good teams, and so it's going to be an interesting game tonight. I really like Burst, the quarterback, and his height at 6'3". He can really throw it around the field.
San Ramon Valley set to kick. They're in the green and yellow uniforms. There's a shot of California High School, the visitors. They're in white with black letters wrapped in orange. It's the San Ramon Valley Wolves against the California League Grizzlies. The opening kick is a pooch. And San Ramon Valley gave it a good try there, but it looks like that California is going to take possession. So California will come out and under center, led by Cameron Owen. Junior signal caller. Also look out for number 32, Karis Johnson. Darren, this is a team that's averaging 284 yards on the ground, a very potent rushing attack.
Yes, they can. They can run them with the football.
So the ball will be spotted right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Great starting possession for the Grizzlies. Owen under center in the I formation. Handoff goes to Johnson. Johnson barrels his way across midfield, and he had open sights there, but tripped himself up there inside of about the 45. Here is Johnson really bursting on the scene. As a senior, there's a look at the Grizzlies' starting lineup. Owen, the quarterback, Johnson, the tailback, and good, strong offensive line led by Kevin Leathley, the left tackle. Second down and 3 from the 44-yard line. Under center, Owen gives it to Johnson again. He's got a gaping hole. He barrels over a defender, a couple more, and he's dragged down inside the 30. Tackle finally made down there by Brian Danny. So right away, California going to their potent run game and working out pretty good. Now let's take a look at the San Ramon defense here. In the middle, Ryan Dunn, an outside linebacker, going to Arizona. Also saw Donnie, a very good, strong safety back there. And the defensive line anchored by 61, Grant Badstuffer. First down and 10 from the 29. Handoff goes to the fullback, barreling forward. That's Austin Terry for a short gain. A nice job by the interior line of the Wolves.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn, number 3, made that tackle on Terry. And Ryan Dunn, he's playing with a lot of energy tonight. 6'3", 185-pound senior. Did a nice job there.
The penalty flag on the play. They're going to back that one up to the 33-yard line. So an early penalty for the Grizzlies. They're on offense here in the opening drive of the ball game. Second down and 9. They'll stick with the I formation. Karis Johnson, the deep back. Johnson once again takes the handoff, and he's got plenty of room to work with. He gets himself inside the 25, spotted at about the 23. Another good hard run for Karis Johnson, and so far, San Ramon Valley has not been able to slow him down one bit.
I like his size. I like his quickness. He's hitting the hole really nice. 200 pounds, doing a good job, weaving his way through there, and might have went yard if not for number 3 Dunn making that tackle.
Johnson is averaging about 112 yards a game, 674 in the season. Again, it goes to Johnson, and this time he's dragged down in the backfield. Nice tackle there by Eric Yell, one of the inside linebackers for this Wolves defense.
Yeah, Johnson got that handoff and was just trying to go on that left side. Wasn't anything there, and like you said, Yale did a nice job just getting in on that tackle. Nice strong tackle there by Yale.
Head coach Mark Kessler for San Ramon Valley talking about his defense. He said they're a unit that does a really good job in the red zone. They're a defense that will bend, but very rarely do they break.
Third down right here. This could be a big stop for him.
Third down and 5. They'll continue with the I formation under center. Cameron Owen sends a man in motion. This time he's going to throw it. His pass is complete in the flat to C.J. Cornwell, and Cornwell's dragged down well shy of the first down. It was Joe Burkhart with a big stop there, and that'll force a 4th down here on the opening drive for California.
That's one thing from a coaching standpoint you worry about is those open field tackles, and I'll tell you what, number 10 Burkhart, 5'9", 180-pound junior. Look at this right here. Comes up, breaks down, goes down. Nice tackle there, putting the Grizzlies in a 4th down situation.